Hello everyone. Today we'll be going to gain knowledge about the history of diabetes. In 1552 BC, the Ebers Papyrus, it is the one of the oldest reference in respect of diabetes, and this Ebers Papyrus is a medical book which describes about the herbal plants. And this Ebers Papyrus was authored by Hazy Ra, and in this Ebers Papyrus there is condition which resembles diabetes has been described, and this condition causes the too great emptying of urine. Follow to that, in 250 BC, Apollonius of Memphis, he used the term diabetes for the first time, and the diabetes in Greek means to siphon or pass through. In 1st century BC, Galen, he is a Greek physician, and he referred to diabetes as diabetes urinosa, and for diabetes diarrhea urinosa, and for diarrhea urinosa he attributed to weakness of kidneys. In 2nd century AD, the term diabetes was first time used by the Aretaeus, and Aretaeus was one of the Roman physician, and the diabetes mean was to pass through. Ancient Indian physicians, they described how the ants and fleas attracted to the sweet taste of urine in people who are suffering from Madhumeh or honey urine. Madhumeh and honey urine, they are the old name of diabetes in Indian history. In 2nd and 5th century AD, Charak and Susuta, Charak was the physician and Susuta was a surgeon. They give detailed description of diabetes, about its classification, its management in their books. And Charak was the person who first time noted difference between the two conditions. One condition which happens in thin individual and develops diabetes as a younger age, and another condition which develops in the obese people, and this develop at older age. Later on, these two conditions are known as type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes mellitus, as we all know. Aretaeus of Cappadocia in 2nd century AD. Aretaeus of Cappadocia was a Greco-Roman physician, and he gave a detailed descriptions of diabetes mellitus in his work that is known as On the Causes and Indications of Acute and Chronic Diseases. Follow to that, Avicenna, he was a great Persian physician and philosopher, and he was associated with the one study in which he found that associated diabetes to the passage of unchanged absorbed water and nutrients into the urine, and he described and wrote all this condition in his medical encyclopedia, which is known as the Canon of Medicine later. Paracelsus, he did one experiment. He evaporated urine and observed that there is some white residue after evaporation of urine, and he incorrectly concluded that it is salt, and he theorized that salt deposition in kidney is the reason behind the development of diabetes, actually which was wrong and proved later. Thomas Willis, he identified the sweet character of diabetic urine, and he differentiated it from some other condition in which polyuria is present, as it is there in diabetes mellitus. And Thomas Willis was the person who coined the term Mellitus, and that's why this Mellitus word was added after diabetes, and now it is known as diabetes mellitus. And we have already studied that diabetes term was coined by Aretaeus, and this mellitus term was coined by Thomas Willis. Dr. Matthew, he was an English physician, and he first time documented that in diabetes there is elevated blood sugar level in blood as well as in urine. In 19th century, the work done by the Minowski, Von Mering, Polescu and Moses Baron, all their work, they found that this condition of diabetes, the defect which causes the diabetes is localized to pancreas. It means in diabetes there is some defect in the pancreas which causes the diabetic symptoms and other consequences. In 1869, one German scientist, Paul Langerhans, he discovered that pancreas contains two systems of cells. One set of cells that secrete the normal pancreatic juice which helps in digestion. It means this part contains the digestive juice. The set of cells was unknown, which was later discovered to be islets of Langerhans, and this term was coined to give respect to Paul Langerhans. In 1889, Polish-German physicians Oskar Minkowski and Joseph von Mering, they removed the pancreas from one of the healthy dog, and later they found that there were swarm of flies on the urine. It means there was sugar in dog's urine. In 1901, Eugene Oppie, he mentioned the diabetes mellitus is caused by destruction of the islets of Langerhans, and this diabetes is because of partly or whole part of pancreas is destroyed in diabetes. In 1921, work of Banting et al., they isolated the exact substance which is secreted by pancreas. This substance was initially termed as iletin, and now later we know this term as insulin. In 1922, Leonard Thompson, a 14-year-old who was having diabetes type 1, he became the first person in the history to receive insulin. However, Leonard Thompson lived 12 more years, and later he died at the age of 26 years due to pneumonia. In 1923, Frederick Banting and John MacLeod, they received the Nobel Prize due to discovery of insulin in the field of physiology or medicine. Frederick Banting shared his prize money with Best, and John MacLeod, he shared his prize with Colive. In 1923 as well, commercial scale production of insulin was started by the company Eli Lilly. In 1966, the first successful pancreas transplantation was carried out by W.D. Kelly and Richard Lilly, and this pancreas transplantation was done at University of Minnesota. These are some other milestones in the history of diabetes from year 1982 till 2015. In 1982, the first recombinant DNA insulin was approved. In 1984, the second generation sulfonyl ureas became available. In 1985, insulin pain delivery system was introduced. In 1996, first recombinant DNA human insulin analog, which is known as Lispro, was approved. In 1997, the first thiazolidine came in the market. In 1999, the third generation sulfonyl urea glimepiride became available. In 2006, the first DPP4 inhibitor sitagliptin was introduced. In 2008, coleselvum was approved for diabetes. In 2013, the first SGLT2 inhibitor canagliflozin was approved by FDA. In 2015, insulin T-gludec was approved by FDA. Now we have come to the end of this video. Please like this video and share this video with others. Thank you so much for watching this video.